Now, today in Cartoon Breaking News, the highlights a Gindi movie called Fix is done, but it has some issues in the near future. We talk about that film later on. The second highlight of Cartoon Breaking News, Look Back, a new animated movie from the creator of Chainsaw Man was actually dropped the trailer and the critics were loving it. I'll talk about that later on. And the third highlight of today, one of the biggest ones, they're now creating an adult animated channel for animated people who love animation. But even that, it will be completely free and promoted by commercials. I'll talk about that great news later on today on in Cartoon Breaking News. Of course, this is the first time on my channel. My name is Rachel. I like to talk about animation, not just animation, do reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories. If I have some spare time, Cartoon Breaking News. Of course, you'll like how it's going, you'll like to help my channel. You put a like, comment, subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. The only thing you need to do. Of course, if you don't, that's fine too. But you do, thank you. Every time you put a like, comment, and subscribe, or we share, helps my channel be bigger and better because I'm getting close to my main goal, 1,000 subscribers. Thanks to you or your help, just doing those couple things really does help my channel be bigger. Now let's talk about the first cartoon breaking news. Now, our first segment of the day is from Kazuka, posting the first opinion of the movie called Looking Back, created by Akisaka Uka, the creator of Chainsaw Man. If you don't know what's Looking Back is sort of one-shot manga created the same creator of Chainsaw Man. But the creator is no well known doing one-shots. I mean, his special ability is one-shot. Every time he does one, it's super incredible, it's super hype every single time. Kihashi actually preferred to do one-shots. And this is probably the biggest example because according of the post here from Kazoku, they actually looked on this on a festival and stole his heart because it was just so well made. If you don't know what's Looking Back, or at least the one shot. The one shot focuses on two ladies. Both ladies are in middle school. One who is a very great writer who wants to become a manga creator, but the only problem is there's another student in her own classroom who is probably equally as talented or beyond her. But the young girl decided to one up her to be better than her. And she tries and tries and can never actually beat her. Till one day her classmate got sick and actually trying to find her and trying to give her homework because she decided to meet her to say what the big deal is. And you find out she is also a big fan of her and she trying to one up her equally. But the only difference is they have completely different techniques on their manga. One works in the writing, the other works in art. Because the other girl cannot write as good as the main lead in this one shot. And that sort of opened her out in being more honest, more appreciated her talent in understanding each character. Each person has own certain unique skills that need to be worked on. And that's why it's so special, the manga, that nobody really expects they decide to make an anime about this, or anime movie in this case, because supposedly on Kazuka, this was amazing. They didn't win the awards, but it's still super good. If you like the manga, you will love this animated movie. Of course, don't worry, the how I explained the story didn't ruin it. That is one of those things that you need to read it to really appreciate it because it's just so wholesome, tender, and very real. And those combinations doing so well can actually accomplish that. In fact, it feels how the critic from Kazuka do believe this movie nailed the manga. If you like the manga or if you're interested, will be sort of not yet promoted here in the United States. It only come out for right now in Japan theaters on June 28th. So you have to wait a couple months or at least a year to decide to sell this here in the West. but it could be the most hypest animated film of this year. Needs to be aware it is coming soon. It can easily take your heart away. This could be like the animated movie, what's it called? Your Voice Now Works. It could be that equally as good or beyond, or who knows, maybe less. For right now, we only can speculate how good this animated movie. But seeing the trailer looks good. It looks promising. Now, it's up to you how you thought about this. Are you excited or not? Do you want to see it? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next news article. Now, all the news for today, this one took me on the left turn because this is huge. This is from Counter Broom, and they put it on the title of the main article saying Animation Plus, a free channel for adult animation comedy, will launch on here in the United States and Canada. And on top of this, all the animation would be for millennials and Gen Zs, but focus on specifically YouTubers who are first generation animators who stock a dozen of animation being released on this Animation Plus channel that you can watch if you have Samsung television, because Samsung have that specific channel on the stash of shows, so they could put this Animation Plus on their own basic television program. But on top of all this, in a fourth quarter or end of this year, they will release a app called Animation Plus dedicated just for animation. If you don't have a Samsung channel, you can actually download Animation Plus. For right now, they have no prices, but as far as stating, this animation will be free. This channel will be supported by commercials. But on top of all this, all the people they picked up, there'll be like about 10 more than 10, like about 15 or 20 creators will be basically promoted of this 600 hours plus of animation. The names you probably recognize, I will mention a few, like Hancock, Jerry Wright, and Tom Huckford, and many other animators who are back the first generation. This is just a few people I mentioned. They have a ton more people given free animation projects to make more projects of this new channel. On top of all this, they'll have 11 episodes adult animation working on for this new channel. Yeah, in top of all more, they also focus on adult animation and also video games in the 2025. So prepare for so much animation, because this is, to me, the challenger of Adult Swim, because they want to one up Adult Swim. He also make more animation for adults, because there always been a market. In fact, animation fans that were screaming about this in Boomerang, because they wanted just officially animation for adults for Boomerang, but they didn't get what we wanted, because we want a streaming service of just focusing non-stop of animation, and that sort of missed it in the Boomerang era. Now they have a second chance, because this could be the thing that adult animators want for teen and adults who just love animation. On top of all this, all the creators have a ton of animation left in their YouTube accounts, because according to this, they have a total of 600 hours plus of content of animation. So when this actually set up in the channel or send some, you could actually watch it for free if you want it, or wait for the app to come out. I think it ended 2025 or end of this year. I think it was end of this year. Supposedly they attempted to drop the app of Animation Plus. Now this is the thing that everybody's wanted. In fact, this is the thing I wanted. I want them to focus just adult animation, because let's face it, here in the West, nobody takes serious adult animation. Even when they have Adult Swim, even when they have Fox Domination. For Fox, even TBS, they have a certain kind of version of it. They still don't get enough respect. This can easily change the game and give that respect to adult animation. I hope you be successful. I hope all of you will actually help promote this, because more people want this. In fact, this is a great year. Even that have sort of shutdown or cutbacks of animation. Somehow animation came back with a vengeance. Like, you cannot break me down. I'm an animation. You always come back. And this is the whole point because we just have one but two channels focus of animation, one for kids or family and one for the adults. And this is just great. I hope both channels will be successful for more animation that we can talk about and basically geek out about. Now, how you feel about this? You think it's great, bad? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next animation news. Now, this is from Toonhub reporting of their own Twitter slash X channel saying the opening theme of the Suicide Squad is out. On top of all this, the first three episodes will premiere on Max and Hulu on the US on June 27. And I've seen the intro. The intro is okay. It's not a banger, but at least it gives you an idea of what you're getting into the first three episodes. Of course, I'm not sure I'm actually not reviewing or not, but I'm gonna watch it because let's face it, everyone knows if this is good or bad or in between. We just don't know. But the intro seems promising. You're also showing all the characters were coming out. Like for example, it's a character that nobody expects to come out is the Thinker. Also, Katana reappears, King Shark, and the rest we do know, like Rick Flag, the Joker, Harley Quinn, and King Shark. But nobody expects the Thinker and Katana reappear on this isekai anime, so we just wasn't expecting that. But it seems very serious, over the top, crazy, and seems Peacemaker will be more crazy than ever before. But other than that, this looks hype. This could looks very fun and entertaining. Hopefully, do not disappoint. Please be good. Please be good. Or at least okay enough to be just finish the series. And hopefully they do English dub. I'm a person who prefer dub than subs. But there isn't. I probably watching subs, but that's at least my problem, not yours. How you want to watch this? Subs or dubs? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next animation news. Now, this is an interesting one because someone found a very interesting lost media in animation, specifically anime, a specific anime genre called shoujo. The title of the show was lost, called Coco, that nobody really knows what happened to this specific show. There is one, two, maybe found footage, just the intro, the end credits, and the songs. And also some art designs of the show, but Coco is sort of lost media in general. There's not much about it or the reason why they actually lost. But people became sort of fans of this sort of lost media because it's sort of interesting the reason why it got lost or how they got lost. That just gets a lot of people interested. But on top of all this shoujo from the 70s has a very banger sort of audio music. Like the music itself is actually really good. And the fashion, what you could at least find some of the images is interesting. But someone right now in the 2024 did find actually clips of some of the episodes and leaked it out on Twitter slash X. And that's what's sort of fascinating. People were just freaking out. Oh my god, you found some images or some clips of the episode. We don't know if this person has it or not. According to this YouTube channel called Access, I know I read it wrong, but I showed the post right now and basically saying the original clip was posted was removed quickly and deleted, but we don't know why and where. But the images or the video clip they have or recorded was VGS. Someone recorded this on their own kind of tape words, but we don't know why they deleted it and uploaded it at the same time. Could be easily there was sort of scared of people just overwhelming that person, was sort of scared maybe they'll be struck by the FBI or anything like that. There's a lot of things can happen. You find lost media. Sometimes the creator prefer they have lost, or even the people who own the rights stroke it down. We just don't know. It could be anything, but we still have this small clip, and that's it. But of course, it doesn't have subtitles, so at least you have like a 2 minute video seeing one of the episode, what it actually looked like. But besides that, I feel that's sort of interesting. Lost video, especially animation, is just sort of interesting because usually they're not really well documented. You only have a few things, how popular it was, where it came out, but just don't know why sometimes get lost because sometimes they move things back and forth or some outrageous thing. They usually something so fascinating about them you want to know more. And this is the perfect example of why people are just so interested of Coco because it's just a very lost media. You just want to know why this make it so special. After they finally release all the episodes, at least find the episodes, the interest will calm down or even double if the show is actually good. For right now, this is the only clip they have on this X/Twitter account. Tell me down below, are you love Coco? Are you one of the people who like to know more? Or you prefer the type of people, less is best, keep it as lost media because you lose interest of this specific media? Tell me down below, let me know. Now let's talk about our next animation news. Now, this is from Max streaming service Twitter/X account, and they're posting Kite Man. Hell yeah, will premiere on Max on June the 8th. I mean, June the 18th, I'm sorry. And this was sort of surprised because they not show a trailer or any snippets of this. We don't know if a WB ran out of money again, or we don't know. They're not confident, I'm not sure. Of course, some of you don't know what is Kite Man. Hell yeah, especially a spin-off series of the original Harley Quinn show that is basically Kite Man. Kite Man is sort of the breakout star of that series. He was so loved and dedicated fan base of him when he broke off the sort of relationship with Poison Ivy. People freaked out, made a lot of noise, and this is the reason why people want to know what happened to Kite Man so much that WB decided to have his own spin-off series of Kite Man. Of course, Kite Man is basically, at least the pitch what I heard of, basically is Kite Man owning a bar and talking to all their supervillains of their own problems. So basically think of it sort of Cheers with a superhero themed villain twist. Now it works. But this could be really funny because Kite Man is the type of character you relate to it. In fact, Kite Man is sort of was inspired by Charlie Brown. It's sort of obvious how sad, pathetic he really is, but that never brings him down. It's the type of guy keep moving forward whatever happens to him because he is a very positive person and also very funny. It's the type of guy who would take a beer with every single time. Even his life is miserable, yet he has time to have fun and have a drink. That's what type of guy he really is. And this is why it's so exciting to see this show spin-off to be great. Maybe we don't know. This could be horrible, could be good, or could be mid. Hopefully be good because we need more animation for adults being great. Hopefully be equally as successful as Harley Quinn, and hopefully be satisfied by the fans of a uh, Harley Quinn show satisfied. I'm so sorry. I'm so broken right now. But you get the idea. The spin-off series of Harley Quinn, they'll be happy about the new product. Besides that, how you feeling? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your opinion? Or you can wait for the trailer to come out. Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next animation news. Honestly, this statement kind of catch me by surprise because this show still goes on. I thought it was canceled. It's basically season 2 of Ken Coral, a SpongeBob Underyears will premiere on Paramount Plus on July the 10th. Yeah, I was surprised people still watch this spin-off series of SpongeBob because it's like the same show but make him smaller and in Camp Coral now words, this specific camp. I'm surprised people still watch this. Like, it was okay, but I really don't care, or I didn't thought the fans did care enough to continue watch it, just sort of a curiosity. In fact, I'm sort of surprised. In fact, Do you still watch Camcore? Do you like it? Do you feel it's actually any good? Or you feel it's sort of okay just to pass the time? Tell me down below. Let me know. Because when I watched this, I felt indifferent. It was okay. It's almost asking that question, why want to watch Camp Coral if I can watch SpongeBob? It's the same thing. Why give me die version of SpongeBob now? Works not defend the fans, but it's the same thing. Like, what's the point? At least in my opinion. Tell me what you think about this spin-off series. Do you actually watch it? Enjoy it? You hate it? Actually, I just don't know what to feel because it's in other words. But now let's talk about the next cartoon segment. Now this video focus on trombone. That how to describe who this person is. It's sort of like a news outlet in a way, but just report information here and there. But usually they actually are accurate. Now Trombone does report that Summer Camp Island season will come out on June 1st and Discovery Family. That's sort of shocking that it not come out in Cartoon Network, or maybe will come out both. For right now, it's just reporting that it will come out in Summer Camp Island on Discovery Family. But the people who don't know, Summer Camp Island was supposedly canceled even that they finished the final season. And that's all they needed to actually give this final season an end. Because this season, the final season, they wrapped up everything, and out of nowhere, Devazaza cutting left from right of animation. It was basically come out in the time that just some reason that David Zaza went crazy to save the company WB, decided to cancel a lot of animation. But ironically, this was sort of finished. It had a fan base and decided to cut it off. But the creator did promise, which she would try all her can to release this final season. And actually, a couple days before they actually canceled this show, they reported, yeah, it's coming back, but we don't know when. It's still doing paperwork. And this is sort of the expected results. They sold it off to maybe Discovery Family to come out on their own channel on television. So if you're a fan of Summer Camp Island, the final season will reappear on the Discovery Family. I mean, it's sort of weird. I'm not sure it could come out in Max. Maybe we just don't know how they make the deal or what. But be known, this series was canceled. This is the final season to wrap everything up. If you're the type of fan for waiting for the finale, this is the finale. This is your last chance to finish the series if you want to. If you never heard Summer Camp Island, it's sort of kind of like a laid back version of Adventure Time without no action. It's more about the problem and slice of life sort of situation to leave the island or not and deal their problems. That's sort of the idea of Summer Camp Island. At least that's how you look at it, but it's not for everyone because it's heavily lean on slice of life. And if you like that, it's for you. If it's not, don't watch it. But besides that, that's the last thing of this report of this news segment. Now let's talk about the next segment of cartoon news. Now this new cartoon segment is from Cartoon Broom, posting new promotion of season 2 of Star Trek Prodigy had been released. The new season will be released on Netflix on July the 1st. And honestly, this series was cancelled because no one was watching. Even that people who did watch, specifically people who love Star Trek, says, yeah, this is pretty good. It starts a little slow, but it gets better. In fact, I did watch the first 2 episodes. I said it before. I don't know if I actually reviewed it. I think I did. If I'm correct, I said it wasn't Star Trek, but it wants to be Star Trek. It's sort of the middle, trying to figure out what it is. Only some version I said that, but I don't remember I did post it or not. But besides that, it's something that is highly recommended, especially if you love Star Trek. The good Star Trek, not sort of bad. But besides that, it's sort of unexpected because this series was cancelled by Paramount because it wasn't successful. But it knew they did have something. So they decide to make a deal with Netflix that they're promoting on their Nickelodeon channel and their Paramount Plus. Remove it, give it to Netflix, see what happens. And the result was incredible. They renewed season two because of Netflix. Because Netflix have more bigger demographic, more bigger reach. That if it does very low, it's still sort of successful what they're trying to do. Especially that Netflix doesn't own the rights. It's Paramount. It's basically Paramount way of being successful. I kind of wish Paramount just canceled Paramount Plus, just give all their shows to Netflix because it seems more easier for them that continue instead of destroying their best year product, at least in my opinion, because I feel they'd be more successful if just work with Netflix because we stop having this sort of weird, oh yeah, we cancel, but we don't cancel, we give to Netflix because they're more successful with Netflix to for them because they do have very different graphic for people of Netflix. So yeah, I don't know why they keep doing this. I don't know why they are trying to do something different yet come back to Netflix. I mean, it's sort of obvious. I kind of wish they just have adult animation, just give it to Netflix, like what they tend to do in Max of Savage's Range. If you don't know, Savage's Range has a deal. If season one is successful on Netflix, they get a season two. If not, we still have season one. So they're doing the same thing as Star Trek Prodigy. So hopefully both successful, get more series out of it. I don't know. It's just sort of my opinion. I feel it's sort of just wasting time. Just give it to Netflix. It's just a bigger platform and more recognizable. But other than that, what's your opinion on this? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? You hope it be more successful? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next news article. Now this article comes from an Animation World Network putting a page on their own website saying Lucky is adapting Susan Clark Pure and Easy novel will be adapted on Leica. Now, what is Pure and Easy? It's sort of a book or graphic novel about this sort of house. This sort of house is sort of a maze inside the house, dozen in different rooms, and also equally dozen in different statues. None of them really copy each other. Each one of them are completely different. There's a man who lives in the house, sort of exploring the house, what it is or what it's not. But top of this house, it sort of has a prison. The top of this is another stranger sees the main character is called the other person. This person sort of discussed to him what's going on in the house, what they actually found, and comes back every 2 weeks to have more information. But the only problem is our main lead did find out something questionable about this person and the house. And that's sort of the pitch of this graphic novel. I thought this novel was successful enough to actually have an adaptation. According to the creator, she was sort of inspired about basically animated films to create something like a book of it. And that's her inspiration. In fact, she chose Leica of all the authors because he felt it'd be more proper place to adapt this book. But other than that, I have never read this book or actually heard of it. But the creator, Knight, who actually made Leica films, he also directed two films. Bumblebee and Kubo the Two Strings were direct this adaptation. Now, he has a great way to direct films that is he's on it. He actually enjoys the book. Expect this to become a classic because Knight is actually working on it. On top of this, if that name sounds familiar, it's because he also is the CEO and owner of Leica Studios. He also runs or kind of shares the business of Nike Studios. So this is the reason why the guy has money and talent is because if the Leica films fail, the shoes still recover all the money. So it's a win-win for him. But besides that, this film sounds really great. This pitch sounds so interesting that I have never read the book, but the article sort of breaks it down. It's sort of like a psychological sort of drama kind of mystery of this book and how describe like each room fills with water. The statues move. A lot of weird things. It's almost psychological that you don't know is the character seeing things or the room house is alive, but you don't know. That is sort of the mystery pitch of this book. That it sounds really great. I mean, it sounds was successful. I don't know if it's any good. Believe me, it's a difference of oh, it's so great. It became bestseller. Bestseller in book circles doesn't mean that much because usually the people who actually helps the creator sell the books buy the books themselves to get more notice so people can actually buy the books. It's sort of the trick in the interesting they actually do this sometimes. So this is the thing. We don't know this book is amazing or not. In fact, if anyone read this book, can you tell me is any good or not? Tell me down below. That information will be very grateful of this report. But besides that, I am sort of excited because Knight is in charge of directing this film. This could be the next Bumblebee or Kubo the next Strings because the director, how he handles his sort of material. This could be great, it could be bad. I'm not really sure. It depends on you. How you thought about this. You think to be the perfect director for this book or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now let's talk about the next news article. Now, another one from Trompone posting on the Twitter/X. This is the information he got or she got from Post Animation Magazine saying Getting Taragashi has said the adult 2D animation film fix is finished. Now, this is his own words of Gindi saying, we finished fix, and now we just trying to figure out how to release the film. Fix was originally planned to throw out this in theaters and release. I hope this still could be possible. End of quote. And that's basically what it posts, meaning it was sort of planned to actually make this in theaters, but it seems to sort of change. We don't know why, because again, they couldn't say much because once more, if you work in industry, you have rules and rules and regulations of the contract you sign. You're allowed to say a few things, but you that not allowed to say the full thing. But meaning seems maybe they ran out of money, or maybe that David Zaslav wasn't really convinced this should be the theaters, or maybe it could be a streaming film. We just don't know. But it was sort of tested on audience. In fact, I report this on the community tab. Someone leaked, yeah, I have seen the film. I can't say much, and he proved his ticket. He's seen the film. He said, I loved it. That's all I can say. But getting dismissed. That says a lot. For a fan, that's huge because you know Gindi, if you know his work, that guy knows comedy. So he probably nailed it, maybe. But once again, we just don't know what the company really thinking, or the company, Warner Brothers, not sure this is still viable or not. Because adult animation always been very miss usually because people have tried adult animated movies over and over again. Every single time has failed. PG-13 have been successful, not much, but successful enough to give another try. But rated R animated adult comedies usually is sort of a mess. It rarely does work. So maybe they look in the history of adult animation comedy rated R that maybe they get a second thought about it. Maybe we just release this on our streaming service or not, or maybe sell it a different company because if you don't know, David Safran tried to save money to save the company, but also choices have been very weird, not words, very questionable. This is what the rumors keep reporting, that maybe a lot of people hate David Zaslav because he doesn't know what he actually doing or understand the product he actually has. The only thing he cares is saving the company, doesn't matter how he does it. And that's what sort of the fear of this film, because Gindi is hot right now. He is not missing none of them. Even that is sort of semi-successful, it still keep people watching what else Gindi will make. This is the reason why he has a permanent contract with Warner Brothers, because the guys does sell high quality product. Even you're not 100% with the idea, you still watch it. So yeah, why not release this film on theaters? Hopefully it will. Hopefully the company will be try to sell this or at least give it a chance to make profit. But let's face it, to this year, this coming years is the perfect chance to test it out because the audience have changed. They have different tastes because of Netflix. So hopefully, if they want to give this to theaters, people will watch it. I hope they get the right promotion. Hopefully, all the adult fans who love animation will watch this because we need a hit. We need to prove David Zaslav he's wrong. Animation is worth your time. Animation is cinema. Hopefully, it'll be thrown in theaters, not in streaming service. But I don't know that. What is your opinion? How you felt about this? Tell me down below. Let me know. Let's talk about the next news article. Now, our next article is from an Indie Animation Network from Twitter/S, posting on their Twitter account saying the first animation episode from Animation Station with Mini Martin is coming out on this July. The first couple episodes, especially special guests, and on top of this series will last 10 episodes. They didn't describe the length of the episodes, but it will be focused on animation news or animation interviews with indie animation. Basically, if you don't know what this is, this series, it's basically sort of like coast of kind of like that Space Coast Adult Swim show. There's sort of a host who especially talk to other people, like the interviews. That's sort of the focus on Animation Station to make you aware about new animation projects to actually support it, but sort of like a late show spin. That's why I compared this sort of Space Coast to Coast because it's very similar, but the only difference is this is a new IP, just focus on other IP, but the creators of the animation. But we don't know the formula. We know it's sort of be like an interview, sort of a Millie Martin talking about adult animation or indie animation in general. But we don't know the length of the episodes, but we do know it'll be 10 episodes. Hopefully it'll be successful. Hopefully this series will alert other people where more animation indies were coming out, how to support it. It also be successful. Hopefully, we just don't know. This could easily be a bust, but does have so much potential. Hopefully, be great. TMW, are you hyped? Would you see it on, what was it, in July? Tell me down below. Let me know. Now, let's talk about the next news article. Now, this is the last segment of the day. Is basically this is from ToonHub posting credit score or right tomato score of Elliot, the memories of a snail. Basically saying it have 100% Rotten Tomatoes. But if you don't know what is Memoirs of a Snail, basically it's a film based on sort of a claymation animated movie. This claymation animated movie is sort of very charming. What is it about? It's basically about a character called Grace who sort of did in her life that she's sort of insecure, she loves books, but the only friend she has is a twin brother was sort of left out of her life because she was sort of replaced a different place nowadays. We don't know why, but now she's dealing with being by herself. But she actually met this old lady who's trying to convince to get out of her own shell and live her life. Try not to walk back in the past. Just keep moving forward. And the trailer itself looks great. In fact, the animation is just so smooth. Especially this was also written and directed by the same person called Adam Elliott. Now, that is super rare because usually people just direct the film, never write it, or just write the film, never direct it. It's sort of strange you have a animator slash claymaker does both. It's super strange to actually do this. Usually they prefer to adapt someone's work, not do their own work and adapted. That's just sort of rare of entertainment. That does happen once in a long while, but never as often you would believe. But this is sort of interesting because they allowed the creator to be accurate of his own material because everything is on his head written. He knows what he wants, so he will be well executed. And this right to mirror score seems promising. Of course, some of you saying do not trust the Rotten Tomato score. Usually, sometimes it lies because sometimes the critics get paid by the industry to give it good scores. But this is a very honest claymation animated film because usually claymation is still animation. People don't actually care what people think about this. They won't pay them off. So usually 2D animation or claymation or anything under the umbrella of animation usually is true criticism. They never pretend or get paid off by the critics. This is sort of people don't care about this area of entertainment. So everything they say about right tomato score, I do believe, especially claymation. But of course, it's something like Disney or Warner Brothers, then you do have to give a hint of doubt. But this one is just sort of someone else, completely different, especially someone who did the work themselves, that written and directed. This feels confident, well executed, and also understood what they actually wanted. Especially the trailer. The trailer is great. Hopefully they will sell this film here in the West. For right now, it's on Australia promoting. Hopefully it'll be good. And hopefully we get this in theaters or not, maybe a streaming service. But be open for this film to come here in the West because this could be a really good film. But all of that, have you seen the film? Do you are interested? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.